Hi, everyone. Good to be with you again. This is Mike Bernard, the VP and Chief Tax Officer at Vertex, with episode number 6 in terms of Mic'd Up. I want to talk about kind of a growing trend that you're seeing across the country today, and that has to do with the area of granting relief in the residential property tax area. Most of you know that over the last 5, 6 years, the cost of homes in the United States has risen significantly, almost to record levels. And what's happened along with that is that the property tax has actually risen with that as well. So much so that now, at the local level, a lot of residents are having difficulty actually trying to meet their property tax obligations. And so, one of the things that is being considered, and you saw this happening in Florida, and it's also happening particularly in states in the Midwest, is to either limit the amount of rise in the residential property tax area. Now, keep in mind that property taxes represent about 70% of the revenue at the local level. And so when we talk about the local level, we're talking about counties, cities, and districts. So if there's going to be some relief given in that area, the only place where those locals can actually make up the difference in order to fund their ongoing operations is in the sales tax area. Now, one thing you also know is that over the last 4 to 5 years, there has been a record number of locals who have either increased their sales taxes or they've actually instituted a sales tax. And so, one of the things that I think what we'll see, particularly during 2025 and over the next several years, is if those types of ballot issues, if they end up on the ballot or they go work their way through the legislator or they work their way through local boards, is that the locals are going to actually have to increase their sales tax rates or actually institute a sales tax. So from that standpoint, I think you need to keep an eye on that, and we certainly are keeping an eye on that. There's another component on the other side where commercial property values were dropped over the last 4 or 5 years, and so those things have not rebounded. And the other place where locals could go is to institute an income tax. They're not going to do that. It's too difficult to implement something like that, and the compliance costs and the cost to administer it and to audit are prohibitive, particularly at the local level. So with all of that, keep all of this in mind, that if there is relief coming in the residential area, there's probably going to have to be an increase in sales tax. And now with that, you're all mic'd up.